everybody, I am ARMR, and what I watched today is Reboot, Season 2, Episode 10, Web World Wars. The episode begins with the web portal looming over mainframe as they prepare for battle. From seasoned security binomes to volunteers with bats, everybody is stepping up to protect their homes from the web's looming threat. This sequence is awesome and gives a great feel for how epic the episode is going to be. One of my favorite parts being this war room shot from the principal office. We even see Megabyte's forces preparing, though to what end is unclear. It's at the sequence's end, though, that we find out that Megabyte is currently working under Bob's instructions. I'm guessing kind of a I don't want to be destroyed too mindset. We do find out that they made some kind of mysterious bargain between them, and right after that, Megabyte, true to his nature, basically exposits to Hex something they both know, that they intend to betray Bob. It's both predictable and kind of fun at the same time. Because really, while it's predictable, it would be really weird if they didn't try something. I mean, come on. We move on to Mouse sharpening her sword and echoing what we're thinking, that Bob shouldn't be trusting these viruses. And wait, she's sharpening her sword? That sword feels weird enough, since in the past the only weapons we've seen are those swords that like track people in cubes in the pirate episode, though that might have been a censorship issue. But now she's sharpening it? The physical laws of this computer world keep surprising me. Her and Dot have a talk about how they have no choice but to trust the viruses, but a betrayal is unlikely since it would destroy the viruses too. And Dot comes out in a cool military outfit with a huge gun. I love this look on Dot, partly because it seems like she grabbed the biggest gun she could find, and partly because it reminds me a little bit of Aliens. We move now to our young sprites, doing the very important character check-in before the battle, and I just love Andrea's assessment of the situation.
Where I come from, it's very simple. If you see an enemy, you destroy him. Here, you seem to form a team and make plans. You Guardians are too clever for me.
What can I say? Desperate times make for strange bedfellows. It's also here that Enzo starts to come clean about not being a Guardian. Fortunately for him, Bob swoops in at the last moment and makes him a full trainee Guardian, reprogramming his icon and moving it to Enzo's chest. I know it's just Bob's outfit, but Enzo looks kinda cute and cool as a Guardian, and you can see how big it is for him. It's a great character moment. It shows how Enzo is a good kid. He wants to come clean about his lie. Bob's a great guy coming in, saving Enzo, and basically making it the truth for him. And Andrea, I'm pretty sure she's smart enough that she's known the entire time, like, that it was a lie. She didn't really fall for it. She was just playing along. And she does look proud of Enzo, though, in this moment. We get a quick call from Dot, and another preparing for battle montage, including a cameo from one of my favorite background characters, the British Binome. This time piloting a battlecraft for mainframe. That does seem to be his natural habitat, piloting vehicles with his trusty manservant. I really should look it up if there's an answer or whatnot, because his Guardian icon still bugs the bejeepers out of me. As often happens with this sort of thing, the battle doesn't start as planned, and instead begins with a Binome getting scared and firing the first shot. The battle joins though with a bang as Bob's team attempts to close the portal, Andrea and Enzo man turrets taking out as many enemies as they can, and the mainframers zip through the skies, dogfighting with this new variety of web creature. The only thing that seems to be missing is Megabyte's own army and tanks. This is a very well done sequence, and while I'm not going to give the play-by-play, I will say that it does a very effective job of both showing the valiant efforts of our heroes and making it clear how tense the situation really is. The web creatures cause us much and probably more damage than they receive. It's only after Bob's group suffers heavy losses that Megabyte makes his own troops airborne, lending credence to the theory that he's using the situation to weaken the principal office and make it right for his real plan. Of course, Megabyte proves this right as he turns on them as soon as everything's ready to close the portal and destroys Dot's gun, and then he takes advantage of Glitch's biggest weakness, that Bob has to speak for it to do anything. And yeah, so he just covers Bob's mouth and throws him in a thing and fires him into the portal. I mean, Mouse tries to save Bob, but Hex takes her out from behind, and they manage to just fire Bob into the portal before closing it down, trapping Bob in the web. I know a little bit of, I remember a little bit of the first time I saw this episode back when I was a kid. It was a rerun even then, but this was the first time I'd ever seen this episode, and I had never seen beyond it. So at the time, I didn't know about Glitch Bob. As far as I knew, Bob was dead and gone forever. And damn, was that a hit. Like, I remember being upset even as a kid, being like, what the hell? You can't take Bob out of Reboot? Oh, I mean, damn, this is a good episode. And it is just one, like, tense season finale. Like, you're going, it's like, wait a minute, Bob's gone? What's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen now? And yeah, Megabyte's plan all along was to let the web creatures weaken the CPUs and then get Bob out of the way. And he just tells his forces, you know, destroy the rest of the web creatures and then destroy the principal office's guys. Yeah, it's a takeover. It almost hurts seeing the principal office celebrating at this point. They haven't heard the news yet that Megabyte's turned on them. And when they get it, everyone just goes quiet. And when Enzo hears what happened to Bob, we get a pretty trope-heavy scene. It's your typical no scene. But honestly, I can't bring myself to make fun of Enzo in this moment. It's very well set up, and you can understand the despair and anger he's feeling. It's not like other no scenes that seem kind of silly and whatnot. Bob was his brother and was like his big brother and hell, practically a father to him at times. And now he's gone, seemingly killed by Megabyte's treachery? Like, this is one of those moments where Enzo is completely justified. And it's not like the Star Wars no scene where, yeah, he's justified, but they played it so hard and, you know, they had the swelling music and everything, and it just went on for so long. No, like, Enzo's no is fairly short. Yes, the music can sense it, but it doesn't get out of hand. And it's really well done to just show how, like, devastated Enzo is by this news. But he doesn't have any time to process it as the viruses just sort of pop in and go, yep, we're taking over, surrender now, you have no guardian. Though I do love this part, as Andrea speaks up and goes, no, we have a guardian, hands Enzo the key tool, and Enzo just delivers this epic line.
I am Guardian Matrix, charged with defending this system. 2 viruses take over my home? I don't think so!
The title card at the end of this episode shows they weren't sure at this point if this was going to be the last episode or not. I can't imagine how I'd feel if it was. I mean, the frustration of knowing we'd never see these two get their just desserts, not knowing if the, like, viruses manage to take over or if Enzo manages to hold them back. Oh, that could drive a person batty, like just cuckoo. But yeah, that's how this season ends. Bob is gone, Enzo has stepped up, and the viruses are poised to be a bigger threat than they ever have been before. I'm sure our heroes can handle it, and when I come back for the next episode, we'll see how. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.